Hello and welcome to the OMS. Getting started with with getting comfortable with that OMS, knowing where things are a little bit. This is just going to be an overview of your account. The first thing you want to do is go to this site right here, this mps.k12.com/pound login or hashtag, whichever one you want to use. And you'll enter in your username and password. You should have all of that set up at this time, and that would be in the very initial emails you would have gotten from K-12. You're going to log in, and it's going to take you to our MGLVA home screen. We like the welcome screen. It's pretty pictures. They change sometimes. You can change them here. So if you want to make a different decision, you can do that. The schedule, this is the scheduling page. This is where you will create and you will manage and you will link into your Class Connect sessions. When you press the Manage button here, it opens up a new tab. And pardon my slow load time here. It should, there it is. Okay, there's the BBC Manage screen. If you have CC sessions, they'll be listed here. You click on the purple words and it will hyperlink you in. We will go in depth with this in another video and another training, okay? But I just want you to see that that is there. Create a new session is right here. And like I said, we'll go a little more in depth in another time, later date. All right, so that's your schedule. Up here you have a link to your email. If you want to do the internet email, you can do that. This link right here is a shortcut to some pretty cool things. If you needed the Big Universe Library so that you can loan books out to students or they can check them out virtually. And this right here is your LMS. This is going to be one of your essential links and something you will link to probably quite often. The TVS or Total View School, this is another really, really important link that you'll use quite a bit. So you want to know that those are there. And then this is your profile account link and your settings link. So when you click on that, you can go into any of those. My account, help, and right here it's log out. You have to go into your class to get the settings, I guess. So we'll go to classes right here. And this is where you're going to find all of the classes that have been assigned to you. You want to click on your course and go into them. You can go into any of them. They all look about the same. The homeroom has less features than your regular classrooms, but again, it's a very similar look and layout. Which I like because it's consistent across the board. This is your class content at a glance. This is, it only houses so much information though. So I really don't recommend using this as your content page. You have a tab right here that will take you over there and show you what is housed in your course in detail. But this right here, this is your home page. It's got a lot of links. This is where your announcements will be housed. You can create an announcement, and you want to make your first one welcoming to your students, of course. And then after that, it can be some business stuff and sometimes just for fun stuff. Again, you've got quick links to your email, quick links to TVS, LMS. I have USA Test Prep because I'm science, and the Big Universe Library. When you come up here, this is your class home. The plan page, it's going to show you what is assigned to the students on every day. And so when we start adding assignments, they'll be listed here and they'll show up as assignments in different colors. You have to figure out which color is yours, and you just hover over the assignment, as much of it that will show, and then it will create a pop-up that will show you the entire verbiage for that assignment, for the title of that assignment. This is a month view, which I prefer. You can change this to an agenda, day, week, or a list. I just prefer to look at a month in advance and plan out from there. You can add tasks here. view completed tasks, and when you start to add tasks, you can also delete them, and they'll fall under that view completed tasks. Students have the same capability. I highly recommend for my students, in my homeroom especially, in all of my science classes, really, I will harp on them to create a to-do list for the day and then check it off as they go along, so they make sure they don't forget anything. For your students who do not like pencil and paper at all, and it is not something they're going to use, and they don't want to open up anything else on their computer, they can make their to-do list right here. Some students like the sticky notes on the computer. Some use the notepad, and some use this. Some use paper and pencil. I've found that no matter which way the students make a to-do list, it's really handy. And so this is right here for them. Content is going to load in just a moment. Give it just a minute here. All right, there we go. So the content, this is where you're going to find the meat and all of the stuff that's included in your class. And you just click on a unit over here, and it will open up that unit, and it will show you all of the lessons. And when you click on a lesson, it will take you into that lesson and show you everything that's in there. And so this is 1.01, Introduction to Earth Science, and we have all of this great stuff here. And you can see there are 6 things for the students to check off for the day. So they need to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items. Once they do, these will turn green and the check marks will be completed. As you make changes to your content, if you want to see this like a student, you click here and you view as student. And then it will show you what the student view is. And that allows you to make sure that things are truly blocked or locked as needed or released as needed. Okay, so it's a really helpful tool, something that I've found very handy when using the OMS. And so this allows you to see it as a student would see it. Then you click here, the X, and it takes you out of that student view. So especially when looking in that content. We will go into more detail with the content pages where you're going to build quizzes and tests if you want them. You can create pre-tests. You can, we did that right here. We created a pre-test for Earth Science for Unit 1. You can create new assignments where you have a Dropbox, where you don't have a Dropbox, whatever, their possibilities are endless. We'll go into that in another time, a little bit later on. For now, I'm just giving you this overview. Your progress page is going to give you a listing of students. It will let you know who has completed what, the objectives they've gone to, how many logins they've achieved. Usually goes, I believe it's week by week, but this is Summit, so it's a little new to me. But I think it's still going to go probably week by week or as a course overall. I'm not sure yet. The grade, it will be their current grade or the grades on their assignments. I think it will list out the grades on the current assignments that they have completed. And so you want to keep an eye on this. This is a great page to use when you want to look at a student and see where they're at in your course. So maybe they're not doing so well, and you want to come in here and see how many logins have they had this week. Maybe they're not logging in enough, or maybe their assignments aren't going so well, and you can pinpoint that they have a trend of maybe decreasing grades or increasing grades because, oh, they're suddenly getting it and things are looking better. Maybe you want them to double back and catch a few of those that didn't go so well at the beginning and redo. So this is a good way for you to figure all of that out, find that data trend, and then help the students to fix it. The gradebook, this is your gradebook. I will show you how to use this again another time. But the manage grades, this is a great tool also. This is going to allow you to see all of your grade items, what kind of grade items you have, what it is associated with. Is it a quiz, external learning tool, an assignment means a Dropbox assignment, or so on and so forth. So you have a lot of different associations. And then how much is it worth? This has to match the assignment in another place, and I'll show you that again in another video. Your setup wizard, this is how you're going to set up your gradebook. There is a form on this. I will link that in our website, and it will step you through running the setup wizard so that you have all of the settings in your gradebook correct, so that your students are seeing something that is what it is supposed to be. Reports, these are things that you can run, and it gives you data about your course and your students. And you have a tools. This is going to show you your assignments and allow you to make adjustments to them. Discussions, announcements, groups. So if you want to group certain students so that they can or cannot see certain content, you can do that. And this is especially helpful when we get new students. You have a class list. Manage quizzes is where you can take a look at some quizzes and adjust them, although in the Summit courses, using the content page is more helpful. And course admin, that's an awesome place to go. But again, I'll show you how to do that in another video. And the feedback tab. If you have some feedback on ways to improve the OMS, this is a great tool to use. Or if something is broken in the OMS, you push this button. It allows you to fill out a very quick form, and it sends that on to K-12. And they really do listen to that feedback, so this is a great button to push. If you feel like this course has some improvements that need to be done or made, or there's something that's broken that needs to be fixed in the moment, this button is your friend. And that is your course overview. If you have any questions or you need help understanding more of this, please don't hesitate to reach out to me via email.